Good morning, everyone. So today is going to be a crazy busy day. Wednesdays, for some reason, always winds up being that crazy day. It's that day of the week between the beginning of the week, whenever you're getting everything caught up from over the weekend and getting everything set up for the week, to the end of the week where you're getting ready for the weekend. And yeah, anyway, so Wednesdays always seems to be my catch-up day. In addition to that, it's always my baking day. So today I have got a ton of stuff to get done. And in addition to that, today is my mother-in-law's birthday. So tonight we are planning a little surprise supper for her. So I'm fixing supper and I'm fixing cake and all that kind of stuff in addition to everything else that I need to do. So my main things to get done today is I've got baking to do. I've already mentioned I've got some deliveries to make tomorrow morning and tonight, so I've got to sort out and plan how I'm going to be doing that today. In addition to that, Wednesdays is also whenever I do my kombucha. I get my first fermentation moved over to and add my fruit into the second fermentation of kombucha, and I restart my first fermentation. And so right now, actually, I am doing a lot with that. As you can see, I've got water boiling and I'm working on dissolving sugar and getting my tea and stuff ready to steep for my next batch of kombucha. So this is the largest batch that I have processed up to date. So this week I'm going to be processing 7 gallons of kombucha. So it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be exciting, and so we'll see how that goes. And in addition to that, I have bread to do. I actually started my bread last night, which I'm gonna see how this works, because normally I do it all on Wednesday and am baking Wednesday night and Thursday morning. So I did half of my sourdough last night and got it yesterday afternoon, last night. I got it all shaped up, put it in the refrigerator. I just finished preheating the oven, so I'm going to be baking my first batch of sourdough, and then throughout the day, while I'm catching up on everything else, I'm going to be making my cinnamon rolls and regular whole wheat bread. And I've got my auto lease for my other half of sourdough going. And as you can see here, I read that for like whole grains, if you let it auto lease overnight, it will, I don't know if you can see that. If you let it auto lease overnight, it will soften the wheat even more and you'll have a lot better texture of bread. So I'm gonna try that out this time and see how it works. And I've got, it's gonna sound funny, but I've got my flowers right here that make me happy every day. And I need to go and I need to trim off the kind of droopy blooms so that way it encourages more blooms, and water them up really good so that way they're nice and fresh for the dinner tonight, and finish getting my house straightened up, which is not too bad because I cleaned my house 2 days ago. So it's not too bad, it's just kind of catching up on that. And my my most dreaded chore, not really, but I've got to wash all of these bottles to get them ready for flavoring kombucha tonight. So anyway, it'll be fun. We will see how this day goes, and I'll see if I can keep up with everything that needs to be done. My sourdough, I've got it going, and as you can see, it actually rose up to about right here last night, and it's now back down to here. So it's ready to be put into my dough that has been auto leasing overnight, and I'm gonna start my stretch and fold process with it, and I'll give you updates as I go along. So something that I like to do every morning that I forgot to do first thing this morning, actually I did it every morning and then I got out of it and I'm getting back into it again because I realized how much it helped. But I set up my diffusers every morning. I've got several diffusers in the house. I've got one in the kitchen, I've got one in my living room, one in the bedroom, one in the bathroom, and I did have one for the spare room, but we borrowed it from the spare room for something and I don't remember what we did with it. So anyway, I like to, especially whenever I have like a full day of stuff to do, like today, I like putting in essential oils that are motivating, emotionally uplifting, and focusing, like helping mental energy and stuff like that. So today, the oils that I am choosing are energy, because I need all the energy and help I can get. It's got rosemary, lemongrass, juniper, nutmeg, balsam, and clove and pepper oil. Oh, I love the energy oil. And then joy. Joy is literally one of my favorite emotionally grounding oils. It's got some rose in it, which is one of your big time emotional boosting oils. It's got jasmine. Sorry, not rose. Jasmine is the one I'm thinking of. It's got jasmine in it, and Roman chamomile, palmarosa, and rose. Rose. Yeah, I'm right. It does have rose. Citrus fresh, just simply because citrus is motivating and uplifting, and I'm going to have a little extra palmarosa. And so I repeat this and put this in every diffuser in the house, and I get me some uplifting, bouncy tunes going on my TV, and I get to it. So one of my least favorite parts about the stretch and fold process is sourdough dough is very, very sticky, and it does not like to come off of the hands at all. Well, yesterday I don't remember, I think it was on like a Facebook group or something like that, and I saw somebody suggested coating your hands with a little bit of oil. Well, I was doing my shaping and stuff last night, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try that. And so I did. And I just put like a tiny bit of oil, and I rub it in basically like lotion, and get my hands all like that. I don't have them like super greasy, and actually I did get a little bit too much. I'll wash that off later. But so basically you just get them lightly oily, and you rub it in just like lotion. And then whenever you wash your hands afterwards, it actually comes right off. Okay. Oh wow. So I don't know if you can actually see, but this wheat dough is not generally this stretchy. But I allowed it to auto-lease overnight, and so it went from grainy wheat to smooth. This is more the consistency of my white wheat. So I'm excited about that. It'll be neat to see how it turns out tomorrow. So I just do a little bit of stretch and fold, and then on to the next one. I've got 4 to do. Okay, so these have been in the refrigerator overnight. This is my white wheat batch. And so I'm getting ready to put them in the oven. Yay! Ever since I found out the trick with rice flour, they have not been sticking to the fabric, which is super exciting for me, because I had a few bakes where it was whenever I would go to peel the fabric off, it would just stick horribly, and I was very much not happy with that. So I made my own tool. I don't know if you can see that. I carved down a chopstick and did it. So this is my first time using this. I normally use the X-Acto knife. So we'll see how this works. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out. And then these go to bake. So this is always the most scary / exciting part of baking sourdough. It's the halfway point when you take the lid off and see if it rose. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh, that's awesome. Yay! Whew. Steam flash. Not quite as good as that one, but still gorgeous. Yay! I used to not get a really good oven spring, and now I'm finally getting them, and I am super excited. Now that they have steamed / started baking from the inside, now I can brown the outside. So, for the other half amount of time.